Hello, I'm Cleopatra Wallace, and this is a collective read. And I'm going to use the Alleyman'sTarot deck. As you can see, it's a pretty big deck. I thought it was 124 cards, but in reality, it's 145 cards. We are going to do a 9 windows spread. I have to shuffle it in piles because it's so big. But I really like it because it's like using an oracle deck and a tarot deck. And all the other decks all in one. It's like a mega deck. Alright, and like I said, we're going to do the 9 windows spread. Alright, how many do we have so far? We need 9 to do the windows. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Spirit, we only need 3 more cards. And I have the guide. 2 more cards. And I have the guidebook right here because this is a new deck. Fairly new. I've had it about less than 30 days. I say I've had it about 2 to 3 weeks now. But I have been working with it. So I like the energy that it has. And as you can imagine, with 145 cards, there's a lot of energy to read. This is why I chose this deck. Alright, so we only need 1 more for this spread. We only need 1 more card for this spread. Oh, there we have it. Alright. Holy Spirit, Ancestor Angels, Alright, now with the 9 windows, you can see that pretty good. Alright, with the 9 windows spread, I like to start with the corners and read those. And then we'll get to the middle. And I do turn the reversals around because I have so many cards. If I start doubling them by reading reversals, we'll be here all night. Alright. So on the corners we have the 10 of Eyes, which is a very interesting card to say the least. On this corner we have the Knight of Cups. Let me make sure the volume is up because I'll be making the craziest mistakes. Alright. Now in the top corner we have the Justice card, which could also be a Libra, the Libra card. And then over here, I don't even know what this card is. I think it's like, it has to be like some sort of a death card. It's a 22. Let's see. I'm going to look it up. But first I'm going to read them. If I read the 10 of Eyes up to this one, it gives me the energy of somebody watching a person's demise, or maybe someone is really sick or something and you're having to witness that. Let's see, I'm just going to look up this card, this one. Alright, the Ten of Eyes is on 102. It's one thing to stay mindful, but another thing to try and always know what's happening. What travesties are occurring around the world, or even just in your state. When you keep staring at the pain of others, you end up hurting. Didn't I say somebody was watching somebody else suffer? Alright, so if this is you, I'm going to give you a really big hug. And hopefully whatever your person that you're watching is going through, it quickens so you can be free of it. Alright, now let's read this side. Now this is the side with the Knight of Cups and the Justice card. This is giving me the energy of someone winning in court, or someone getting a little something in return. Considering it's the Knight of Cups and the Justice, it's giving the energy of somebody hit your car or something and you're getting an insurance payout, or however that happens. Yeah. Or it could be somebody finally get the car they deserve. Like after having a whole bunch of raggedy cars, you finally got a good car. But this side is something to do with good news about a car. Alright. Now let's turn over the middle card, which is the Signifactor, and then we'll read what's on top of it and beneath it. Sometimes these fingernails make it so hard to pick stuff up. Really? Oh, let's see, I can't get the card off the table. That was going to be a new trick right there. Alright. Dang. The Signifactor card is the Death card. Which is not necessarily always about death. I know this side over here, somebody was going through something. Let's see what's on top of it. Alright. We got the Three of Wands, which is all about synergy. Well, I'm starting to like this a little better. Let's see what's underneath it. Haha. This is like the Seven of Bells or something. Isn't that an interesting card? Did I show y'all the Death card? I don't know. And all of these cards are from the same deck. Alright. Now, if I read these three cards down, the Three of Wands, the Death card, and this Seven of Bells, is positive. Because this card has peacocks on it. If I don't stop setting these cards back all the way on this table, knowing I can't get them off. Okay. This card has peacock feathers, right? And as we all know, peacocks are like, you know, they're beautiful. They prance around. It's all about them. They are not shy at all. And not only that, but did you know that when peacocks die, their feathers and stuff stay beautiful? Like it doesn't decay or whatever. It doesn't, what is that called? Decompose like a lot of other animals or birds. Like peacocks stay beautiful all the way to the end. They never break character. So when you put this card next to the Death card, it's like if somebody was being shy or somebody wasn't all the way committed to it, they are now. They are all the way in right now. They are so in that they are showing up with bells on. Ooh. Now, I want to look up this bell card because it's such an interesting card, isn't it? Let's see. But to me, it looks like somebody's showing up with bells on. Yep, the 7 of bells. I was correct. Page 99. Okay, here we are. It says, the creatures of the wood will make you one of them. At the chime of the bell, you are being transformed into something you are not, going solid from the inside out. Okay? Push it to change once more. You can return to yourself if you find what made you this way and confront it. All right. So apparently, ringing this bell, or maybe it's seeing this other person all did up, you know, like a peacock that kind of triggers you. But yeah, this bell card is like somebody being triggered into a whole nother person almost. Well, not a whole nother person, but they have decided that this is the thing that they're going to invest in. And I don't know what snapped in their mind, but they are all in. Alright, now let's read the cards on the sides. Ooh. Ooh. Really? Really, Spirit? Alright. Now, this is going to be painful. On this side, we have the house of God. And as you can see, it is a tower card. The lightning bolt straight through the building. But it's the house of God, right? A church. And it's next to the death card. So that's giving funeral, okay? Somebody done died, not even church. It's a funeral. And it shows that they had a rather painful ending. This was like a, you know, the guillotine, just chopping people's heads off. But I'm not saying somebody's going to get their head chopped off, because that would be bizarre. But, maybe you work in some kind of medical field or something. But I've looked this card up here before, and it's the same whether you turn it this way or that way. Like there was no getting around this thing. Maybe it's this middle row is connected to this first row, where somebody was having to watch somebody suffer or something. Now, if you read it that way in the cross, like I said, it's speeding on up, and y'all about to have a funeral. But either way, this has been your general message, and I am Cleopatra Wallace. If you found this reading interesting, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because who knows what's going to happen next. And I'm going to try to do a general message every day. So this is general message number 1. And the more you watch, the more it'll be about you. Bye-bye.